Hi, I'm Sacha Carlson, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press today. I am so happy to be joined by Sacha Carlson. How's it going?
Super good. I'm doing great.
Glad to hear it. What have you been up to out in California?
Oh man, I've been playing a lot of music at home. Um, been jamming a lot on the guitar. I've been surfing a ton, which has been really great. And I started school around a month ago, so I've been pretty busy with that as well.
Online classes?
Yeah, unfortunately, online classes. Yeah, for me, it honestly it worked out pretty good because I went on independent study a year ago to go film the show. So not a lot changed for me when COVID hit, but I still have a couple online Zoom classes, and it is what it is. But I'm hoping that hopefully soon we'll get back to normal.
Yeah, well, you've been adapting, which is the important part. Now, onto that show you were filming. I have to congratulate you on the success of Julie and the Phantoms. It's a great show. What do you enjoy the most about playing Nick?
Oh man. Well, first of all, thank you. My favorite thing about playing Nick, I'd say, is um, just his love for music and the connections that he gets to share with Julie and Savannah. It's really fun for me as an actor to be able to um, uh, have those connections in the show and experiment with those relationships. Um, and yeah, Nick's kind of just like the sweetheart. He's like the popular kid at school, um, and that's really fun for me to play.
So, what some people know and others don't is that you initially auditioned for the role of Luke.
Yeah,
You probably thought that once you didn't get that part, oh, it's over with, but it was Kenny who wanted you to do the callback for Nick, and here we are.
yeah, that was. Oh my goodness, the email that I got for the callback for Nick was like the best email ever. I was so happy. Um, and it honestly coming back for Nick was like it was just the best thing ever. And it was great because I knew Kenny at that point. Like I had spent some time with him. I had spent some time with Madison. Um, I knew Dan and Dave and the producers and the people at Netflix. So it felt really just natural and chill when I was in the audition room. And I'm so happy with how things turned out. I would not want to change a thing. And yeah, I'm still like I'm over the moon.
Yeah. So, working with Kenny and this cast, take me behind the scenes. What are some of your favorite memories?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say one of my favorite memories from filming was it actually wasn't a scene that I was a part of, but it was watching the band perform Bright and filming and being in the room while they were filming that. So um, just the energy that was that afternoon was incredible. And I remember I was watching Madison, Charlie, Jeremy, and Owen just kill it on stage with. Um, I was watching it with Savannah and Jada, and we were just losing our minds. And it was incredible. That one stands out to me. It was so emotional that afternoon, and it was amazing. Another really fun scene that I was a part of was I Got the Music. That was so cool. Again, the energy. Kenny brings this presence and this energy to set whenever you're around him, and everyone was just on it that day, and we had such a great time filming that. So yeah, and I miss the white suit so much. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say it's like a little Broadway moment, theater moment there, which is your background. Actually, you have some background in theater.
Yeah.
You filmed the show in Vancouver. What were some of your favorite activities or places to visit during your time in the city?
Oh man, I took a lot of dance classes at Harbor Dance Studio, which was really fun. Go,
Unlike Nick, you actually can dance. You have
yeah,
some dance training.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty funny because I'm no professional dancer in any way, but it was pretty fun, like acting really stiff and funny in like the gym scene with Julie. That was really fun for me. But yeah, I took a lot of dance classes at Harbor, which was really fun. And just getting out in nature too. One of my favorite things about Vancouver is the balance between city life and nature, and being able to go on a hike, or walk through Stanley Park. I did that so much. So yeah, I miss it so much. I really hope we can go back.
Yeah, hopefully once it's safe. I know a lot of productions actually have started filming in Vancouver, so fingers crossed. We'll talk about that a bit later on, but I wanted to talk about a scene in episode 7 where Julie and Luke are at the school hallways. Nick comes along, has that interaction with Julie. Charlie is quite literally standing beside you in that scene. How many takes did it require?
Oh man, I remember that one took a while. Charlie is so funny and so good at just bringing these ideas. And I was trying so hard not to break the whole time. Um, and I'm surprised. Like, it felt like every time like on the verge of breaking, but after watching the show, it looked like I sort of handled it a little bit better than I thought. But oh, that was so much fun, and that was actually my first. I think that was my first scene with one of the ghosts in it. So it was a new experience for me. And oh my goodness, it was so great. Charlie is just he's a genius when it comes to he's just funny. He makes everyone laugh, and yeah, it was a cool it was a cool scene to film for sure.
Hopefully, more of that to come. So, at the end of season 1, spoiler alert, Nick is possessed by Caleb at Julie's doorstep. Season 2, so much more to explore. I can only assume you would be a big part of that. So, if the show gets renewed, what would you like to see from the show and your character?
Oh man, I'm just excited to see what problems Nick possessed as Caleb can cause. It's going to be interesting to see what the writers Dan and Dave they do with that, and I'm so excited to be able to explore this like evil persona that Caleb has. So yeah, for me as an actor, it's going to be extremely fun, and yeah, I'm so excited.
Can we talk about how you, on a dime, changed into Caleb's dark and mischievous self in that scene? Was Cheyenne there giving you pointers?
Well, I spent a lot of time watching Cheyenne, um, and I remember I was there when they filmed the Hollywood Ghost Club scenes, and I tried to take as many notes as I could on his sort of um, the presence that he has when he's this evil character. Like one thing I wrote down was like his hand gestures are very I almost they were almost like Jack Sparrow in some sort of way. He was so smooth and so charming with just the way he moves. He's very it's very ghost-like now that I think about it. It's smooth and effortless. So I was just taking notes like that, and trying to see what I could incorporate in that scene. And it is a short scene, so I knew that there wasn't too much time for me to explore like everything. But yeah, watching Cheyenne helped me a lot to kind of figure out what I was going to do in that scene where I get possessed by him.
More to play around with in a season 2. What it also sets the stage for is bringing your musical talents to the screen. You have an EP out, Forever Young Fever. It's guitar driven rock and roll. Tell me about your start in music.
Yeah, um, so yeah, I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old. Since then I've been hooked. I've always sang. I just make a lot of noise basically. And I love to write songs, and yeah, that EP I released a year and a half ago. Actually, oh yeah, or actually, it was around a year ago, and I recorded some of the songs around a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. and I'm really proud that I did that. And yeah, that is on all platforms as well. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. And that, that was my first time being in a recording studio, playing with professional musicians. And it was just a huge learning experience and so exciting for me to hear a couple of my original songs, being played by other people and as a band. So that whole experience was incredible. And yeah, like even this year, just being at home because of COVID, I've used this time to, play as much as I can and try to improve and write music. And I've been writing songs and singing a ton. So for me, music is everything. And I play every day. If I could, I would play all day, every day. But I have school too, so that kind of gets in the way. But um, but yeah, music to me is everything, and it's my favorite thing ever.
I was going to mention Oblivion is my personal favorite, but they are all great. As Sasha mentioned, it's out on Spotify, on iTunes for people to check out. So you mentioned working on new music on IGTV. You have, I think, more of like a psych rock, noise rock kind of vibe. So is that what we
Yeah.
can expect in the newer releases?
It's interesting. I feel like for a lot of my Instagram, just little guitar riffs, I tend to tone it down a little bit. Um, and I have a lot of rock and roll stuff that I haven't shared. So, if there was a future release, say in the next 6 months of the year, I'm going to be bringing the rock and roll pretty hard. So yeah.
How does someone as young as you get into kind of this hard, heavy rock and roll? Who are some of your influences?
Oh man, the list goes on and on forever. My aha moment, I guess I should say, with rock and roll, and that being the genre that I want to pursue, was a band called Greta Van Fleet, and they're very young. They have this retro vibe to them, and I went in 2018. I saw them live, and I remember just being floored. I mean, they are incredible. And I remember listening to, the first time I heard them was actually in my kitchen, and I think the song it's called Highway Tune, and he does this scream at the beginning where he's like, "Wow!" And I remember when I heard that, I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. And since then, I've just been playing rock and roll and listening to all sorts of music, all sorts of bands, anything from Queen to Rage Against the Machine to Black Sabbath, all over the spectrum. And so over the past couple of years, I've really exposed myself to a lot of different sides of rock.
You've been a part of the slow arts and culture scene for a few years now. Who are some specific people or places that have helped you grow your craft?
I would say in slow, the Academy of Dance, in slow. That was my first. Dance is my background, and so I started there when I was around 5 years old, and I owe it to them. That was the beginning of my performing for me, really, and they provide a platform for kids to get out and go dance in front of audiences, which is the most amazing thing ever. I'll forever be grateful for that. Shout out to Drew Sabaggio and the Academy Dance family. Love you guys. Aaron Mechik at Actors Edge. I would be nowhere without Aaron. I mean, he's the reason why I got an agent, and he's been my acting coach since I was 10 years old or something. Really long time, and he's helped me. Everything that I know is really from him. Justin Pico, he was my guitar teacher. This year's been on and off with guitar because of COVID, but hopefully I'll be able to get back and working with him again. And he's helped me so much on my playing and all of that. As far as theater goes, I started at Kelrick Productions in town. Then I went to the Slow Little Theater, and then I went to PCPA, and all of those theater companies and the people there are amazing and are really the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So I owe it to all of them, and to my slow family. I love you guys.
It's so amazing now that, your career is still young, but you can kind of look back and see these people who helped shape you as an artist and performer. Now it's time for some fan questions. So I have to thank you for sharing it on your stories. We received so many questions. It was hard to narrow it down. I will note that you received a lot of love from Brazil,
That's good.
and people are curious about your birthday and your age. So if you don't mind clarifying.
For sure. Uh, my birthday is October 4th, 2003. I'm 16, turning 17. So this Sunday is my birthday, actually. So I'll be turning 17.
It's exciting. Happy early birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So now that that is confirmed, Jay says, Sasha, choose a name for your fandom. Love you.
For my fandom, I mean, I guess we have the Phantoms. I think that one's pretty good. Um, as far as for me, oh man, I don't even know. If you guys have some creative ideas, comment on my posts or send me a DM, and I'll get back to you. And if I like it, then yeah, it's up to you guys.
You heard it here first. Let Sasha know. Okay, Talia asks, what guitars do you use?
I have a Epiphone Les Paul. That was my first electric guitar. Um, and then I have a Fender Strat. It's a Mexican Fender Strat. Great guitar. I love it so much. Super versatile. I'd recommend it to anyone. And then just recently, I'm really excited. About a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, um, I got a sweet deal on a Gibson. It's like mid to late 80s. It's in that range. It's called a Gibson Challenger, and it's a guitar that was made by Gibson only for a couple years, and then I think that they ended the production on it. So it's sort of a rare guitar, but I love it so much, and it's awesome. It has some really cool stories with it.
And you can really shred a guitar. Which is your guitar of choice when you're out on stage performing?
Ooh, I would say, well, I haven't been able to perform with my new guitar yet, but I think the first performance I do, I'm definitely taking that bad boy on stage. I want to see what it's got.
So Trinity asks, if you could play any CD and have the band appear in front of you, which CD would you play?
Ooh, just like any album song or ooh,
Probably any band, any album.
ooh. I would say uh that's a tough one. Oh my goodness. I would say Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires, that album. I'd probably play. That's a great album. One of my personal favorites. But yeah, rocking that on stage with a band would be incredible.
And finally, Grayson asks, Team Jick or Juke?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, look, I'd say, well, I mean, I guess I should say I'm Team Jick, right? Because I am Nick, you know what I mean? Of course Nick wants that, but it's just going to be interesting to see what actually happens, season two. There will be, there's a lot of unanswered questions. Let me just say that.
I feel like there's this unspoken thing where you're like, okay, I have to back my character. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, Nick is genuinely a good guy. It would be a shame to see him lost in the void forever. So we do hope that he gets his body back at some point.
Yeah.
So just the phantoms, the fandom in general, like you are constantly sharing fan art and fan videos on your stories. What has their support meant to you?
Oh my gosh, it means everything to me. I mean, again, like this is the first, real big job experience that I've had, and I've never even been in a show like this before, you know, so this is brand new for me. And to have people, you know, make fan art for, you know, our characters, and be singing the songs off the album, you know, it means so much to me, because, you know, being brand new to this, it makes me realize how much people care about what we've made. And as an artist, that is like, you know, my goal, and that's what keeps me making art. And yeah, it seriously means the world to me. And you guys are so talented too. Oh my goodness. It amazes me. Like, you guys are incredible. And keep sending it in. I try to post as much of it as I can on my story, because I want to share what you guys have been up to. And yeah.
A lot of mutual love and respect there. Something that's been going around for a bit now is the idea of a Julie and the Phantoms world tour. Is
Yeah.
this something that the cast has also been talking about amongst themselves?
I mean, we've been talking about it. We would love it. But you know, again, it's up to you guys. Like, the fans, keep sharing, keep streaming the songs, keep making art, keep telling your friends. I mean, as a cast, like, we would love that. That would be amazing, because we would love to meet you and be able to perform for you. Um, but yeah, if you guys want it, it's up to you guys.
So I would say add that to the wish list. I think number one would be season two. Number two would be world tour. Once there's some more music out there that you can go on the road and share. You know, in your eyes, if that was a possibility, where are some places you would love to visit?
Oh, Brazil would be. I mean, we would. I would die if I was able to go to Brazil. I mean, it is one of my favorite, like, from photos, and all my favorite surfers are from there too. It just looks like such a beautiful country, and to be able to go play there and have fans of the show there, would be incredible. Brazil would be amazing. Um, oh my goodness. Somewhere, you know, I guess in Canada would be amazing. I would love to play in Vancouver, or Toronto, or um, I mean, really anywhere for me. That is like a dream for me, just the concept. So I would, you know, I get goosebumps even thinking about it.
Do you think that Nick's musical style would be similar to your own?
Yeah, I think that Nick's, yeah, I think his personal music style is similar to me. I listen to really everything. So whatever he, you know, would like, I'm
Whatever the writers will give you, you will be happy to play it. Is that it?
oh my goodness, totally.
Yeah. We have our signature question for you. If you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
If I were any ice cream flavor, which one would I be and why? I would be cookie dough. Why? That's a good question. And to be honest with you, I don't know why, but it just feels right.
That can be the answer right there. It just feels right. That's great, Sasha. Thank you for taking the time to chat. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Make sure to catch Sasha in Julie and the Phantoms airing now on Netflix, and we will see you next time.
Sweet. Thank you.